Okay. In the last class, we have discussed with the other phylums. Okay. So the Platyelementhes we discussed also a Ctenophora, right? So in this class, we'll discuss on another phylum on the course of evolution. This has been evolved, that is Aschelimenthes. Here this phylum includes bilaterally symmetrical. The body is a bilaterally symmetrical. They have a triploblastic. Triploblastic means they have a three germ layers: outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner endoderm. Okay, and they are pseudocoelomates with the organ grade of organization. Previously, in the primitive animals, they had a cellular mode of organization. Here, they have an organ grade of organization. So the next key point is they have a tube like a body. Okay? They have a tube like body. Tube within the tube, like outerly, ಈಗ ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ, it's looking like some pipe or tube like, right? Inside the arrangement of the cellular also is a tube like. Could you see here? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. For example, I'll show you here. Here, the tube like. Can you see? The tubular in structure within the body also. Okay. So ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ protostomic evolution. So this is called as protostomic evolutionary line. Protostomic evolutionary line. So this is one point. Okay. Then here, elementary canal is complete with the well-defined muscular pharynx. Here, the elementary canal. What do you mean by elementary canal?
Digestive tract.
Exactly. Elementary canal is complete. Complete, how it going to complete, ma?
They have both mouth and anus.
Exactly. Well developed. They have a muscular pharynx. There's one more point. The next point is the excretory cell is at the large size. Okay. So here the excretory cell. We have an excretory organ, but they have an excretory cell. Okay. There is because they are very minute in shape. Okay. The excretory cell is large. And how it is like, they are in a gained shape. Okay. Gained shape means they are like H shape. H-shaped cell, we call them as H-shaped cell. So this H-shaped cell is called as rennet cell. Rennet cell. So can you find here the this one? If you all this, no, there is a difference between this and this, and could you find like this shape? So this is why this is called as H-shaped cell, called rennet cell. Okay. Here the sexes are separate. You can see here the male is different and the female is different. They are not hermaphrodites, so sexes are separate. And the fertilization here, fertilization is internal. Internal means what? Internal and external fertilizations means what, ma? Inside the fertilizer, the interaction between the egg and the sperm inside the female reproductive tract, that is called internal fertilization. Outside, what happens, especially in the case of fish enta madutandre, outside egg and sperm are released in the water current. Okay, the sperm can select any of the egg which is there in the water and it will fertilize outside and it will develop outside only. Okay. Okay, that is called as external fertilization. Internal fertilization in the body, the fertilization happens. And here, can you see here, there is a uterus. Uterus will carry the baby until the till development. Could you see here, ovary? Ova will be released here, and the fertilization takes place inside the body. That is called as internal fertilization. Okay. And the development is direct. It can be direct or indirect. What is mean by direct or indirect development? What do you mean by direct and indirect development, ma? Could you have word about ova pari, ova BB pari, like that? We humans are BB pari, means the baby will develop inside the mother womb. Okay, where the chicken, it will lay egg, then the egg will be incubated by the mother. I mean, certain temperature is given by the mother, and that will going to hatch outside the body. Okay, that is indirect. Direct means inside the body. Okay, so here what they are telling, the fertilization is absolutely internal inside the body, but where the development, it could be, it may be a direct or indirect. Indirect or type of development. Okay, so these are the key points of Ascheliminthus. Very few features I have explained. Okay, it is more than enough. Here you need to understand Ascaris, a few details about it. That is the only thing they will ask about Ascaris. We call them as round. Wow. Okay. So ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ it's called as roundworm or Ascaris. Ascaris is a scientific name. Common name is round. Okay. So if we see the features of this, using the above feature as a main, we can describe the Ascaris in detail. Okay. Firstly, Ascaris is an infection in common children and in the adults. It creates an infection in the humans. Okay. Ascaris infection is common in children than the adults. ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಜಂತಿ ಹುಳ ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಜಂತಿ ಹುಳ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so that will because of this ascaris that forms inside the stomach. Okay, especially in the intestine. Sorry. Okay, then in adults. Where the epidermis of ascaris is a syncytial. Okay, so what do you mean by syncytial, ma'am? They are, flattened and it's quite, sharp. Okay. Ascaris is sing shape. It is mostly a endoparasitic. It's most common endoparasitic. Endoparasite in a small intestine. Intestine. So it will form in the endo means inside, and it has a parasite. Why? Because it is there in the humans and it's taking some, nutrients. Okay, and also it's causing something which will cause and take an advantage from the host means we call them as a parasite. Okay, and where it form, they form in the small intestine. Okay, here the body is elongated, elongated, unsegmented. They don't have a segment where, what, earthworm have a segment. Okay, but this is having a clean skin, and where there is no segment, there is no partition in that. Inside there may be a partition like H segment, rennet cells, all the cells will be there, but outside they look very clear. Okay, so they are unsegmented and cylindrical with the tapering ends. Cylindrical with the tapering ends. Here, as you know, sexual dimorphism can be seen. Sexual dimorphism. What do you mean by sexual dimorphism? So, usually both male and female, if they are in one body, we call them a hermaphrodite. If they are different, the male is separate, female is separate, we call them a sexual dimorphism. That means a sexes are separate. Okay. Here, the male is smaller than the female. The male body is smaller than the female. Male is smaller than female with a curved tail as two pineal setae. Female have a curved, they have a curved tail have a setae as a two setae. Setae means what, ma? They are called copulatory organs. During fertilization, this will going to connect with the male. Okay, the fertilization takes place. These are copulatory organs. Okay, and also they have a cloaca. I'll write the diagram also. You will understand. Don't worry. Your posterior end of the body In female is straight. The posterior end. Posterior means what, ma? This is the upper one is the anterior. This is upper one. The below one we call them as posterior. Okay, here the posterior end is the posterior end of the body. In the female is straight. Okay, where the male it is quite curved. Here the Ascaris is there. No, Ascaris life cycle, to complete the life cycle, it has only one host. The humans are the host for this. Okay, who are the host? Ascaris is a parasite, right? Is a parasite. Who is the host? Human are the host for this. So they need one host. One host is sufficient to complete the life cycle. What do you mean by the life cycle? Cycle. What is the life cycle means? From the birth, development, or we call them as growth, reproduction, until to the death. Okay, so this is called as life cycle. So here the Ascaris completes the life cycle in one host. One host is sufficient to complete the life cycle, that is human. Okay. Here the life cycle here, it completes 4 molds. Here I have written birth, growth, reproduction, and the death. The life cycle is having this life cycle has a 4 molds. Firstly, they occur in the light soil. Firstly, they occur in, this is first mold, they occur in soil. The second and third occurs in the lung, alveoli, lungs. Do you know lungs, right? This is the respiratory system. The lungs. Here there is a alveoli. Okay, this is alveoli. Okay, alveoli. So here they form in the alveoli. And the last fourth mold in the intestine. The intestine of a human. Here let me write the diagram so that you'll understand. It's a simple diagram. Okay. This is the male. Male will be having a curved end. Okay. They have a curved end. Where female will be having a long than the male, and they have a tapering ends. They don't have any curved ends. Okay. They have a tapering ends. I'm just randomly I'm writing. They look like a round in shape. Okay. So just let me make it round. So here the mouth of the mouth, the opening. Okay. In the male and the female both they have a inside the tube. This is the outside tube, right? Inside also they have a tube-like structure. But I'm writing a line to indicate, I mean, to show the tube inside the tube. Okay. Just take this as a reference. And especially in the female, they have a gonopore. Female, where male have a lateral line. Here, the male have end, inside they have a excretory uh, pore, where female will be having here. Okay, this is called excretory pore. Here they have cloaca, nothing but a copulatory system along with that. Okay, cloacal apparatus will be there. Here, pineal setae will be there, like two, or like this. They have a pineal setae, and this is called tail. Okay, so this is called tail. The female also they have a tail, and they have an anus at the end. Anus, and then this is called tail. Okay, this is enough to describe the structure of the ascaris, and you should have know some key points of like how this is so infectious, where exactly especially I told you the molds, right? Life cycle molds. You should understand that, and also you need to understand sexual dimorphism. The sexual dimorphism is there in this. That is very new feature. You need to understand that. These are the key points is enough to describe this. Okay. So this is about the ascaris. Ascaris nothing but a roundworm. Okay. So we have discussed the phylum Aschelimenthes in this class. right? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me complete annelids also. It 10 minutes I'll take. Okay. So let me complete annelids, and next in the next class I'll complete with the arthropoda and mollusca, echinodermata, and chordata will enter. Okay. So in this, let me write a phylum, annelids, annelida. Any key points you know that? So these are the example I've already given. Normally ನಾವು ಡೇ ಟು ಡೇ ಲೈಫ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಇದು ನೀರಿಯಂ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾವಿರ ಕಲ್ಲು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾವಿರ ಕಾಲು ಅದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅರ್ತ್ ವರ್ಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಲೀಚ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಬರೋದು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ? ಅನಿಲಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಮೆಂಥಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೈಪ್ ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಸ್ಕಿನ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ದ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮೆಟಾಮೆರಿಕಲಿ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಮೆಟಾಮೆರಿಕಲಿ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪೈಲಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಅನಲಿಟ್ಸ್ ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೀ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ, this phylum Annelida includes 9,000 species, around like 9,000 species. So most of them are metamerically segmented. Segment ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ? ಈಗ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಇದನ್ನೇ ಮೆಟಾ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Segment. So you can ask me what you mean by metamerically then. Metamerically means many segments are there. And each and every segments play an important role. Okay. So especially when we actually go in detail with the earthworm, right? Each segment. So we actually count the segment 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And each and every segment play a vital role in their function. Okay, that is the beauty of the environment, and that is the beauty of the animals, I would say. Okay, and they have this segment with the true coelom. They have a true coelom. They are not pseudocoelom. Either they have a coelom or coelom might be half. We call them as pseudocoelom. But here the coelom, the cavity is completely completed. We call this as coelom. Their true coelom. Called, what is called? True coelom called Pseudocoelom. Pseudocoelom. ಇದನ್ನೇಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಸ್ಕೀಸಿಯೋಸೀಲೋಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? Annelids are triploblastic. They also are triploblastic. And they are bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetrical. And with the organ grade of organization. They are triploblastic bilaterally symmetrical with the organ grade of organization. Here, the body walls of annelidates have a longitudinal and circular nodules. The body body the body wall of annelids have both circular and longitudinal muscles. What is the beauty of this circular or longitudinal muscles means? They contract. They contract during locomotion. ಈಗ ಅರ್ತ್ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಪುಷ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅರ್ತ್ ವರ್ಮ್ ಎಂತ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? this locomotion. Okay. So during locomotion, ಎರವಳು contract expand ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Contract the body will be expanded. So that's how this muscular muscular uh muscles are developed inside the annelids. Here some of them may be marine, some of them are freshwater, might be aquatic or terrestrial. Some of them aquatic or terrestrial. Free living, sometimes parasites. Some of them are free living. Or parasitic. So here, let me give an example for aquatic, aquatic type of organism. Aquatic example ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತಾ?
Yes.
ನೀರಿಯಸ್. Yes, ನೀರಿಸ್. ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿಸ್? ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ಇದು ಸಾವಿರ ಕಾಲು ಅಂತಾರ. ಅದು ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. This nereis, they possess lateral appendages. Appendages ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಫುಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್. ಪ್ಯಾರಾಪೋಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಪ್ಯಾರಾಪೋಡಿಯಾ which helps in swimming. ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. and also gaseous exchange and gaseous exchange. Gaseous exchange ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ? ಪ್ಯಾರಾಪೋಡಿಯಾ, ದ ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಅಪೆಂಡೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದರಿಂದ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, here next point is, here they have a closed circulatory system. This is very important. They have a closed circulatory system. Here the blood of annelids, or the blood of earthworm is red. Why the blood is red, ma?
Because of hemoglobin.
Because of hemoglobin. So where this hemoglobin, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ hemoglobin present ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, they easily dissolve ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಕರಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? dissolve in the plasma. You know about blood, right? Blood have a heme separate, globin is a protein. Okay na? Hemo is a iron, where globin is a protein. Protein ಜೊತೆ iron bind ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ hemoglobin ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಹಿಮೋಗ್ಲೋಬಿನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್, ಬಟ್ ಕೆಮಿಕಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಐರನ್. ಓಕೆ, dissolve in a plasma. Here they have a nephridia that helps in the osmoregulation and excretion. Helps in the osmoregulation and